Hello everyone and welcome to this Facebook Live. Today I have a really cool topic to share with you, and before we get started with the cool awesome content I have for you today, make sure the ones for those of you who are joining me here on this video, that you share this video. Even if you're listening or watching the replay, make sure you share this with your friends, your followers, with whoever you want, whoever you feel would benefit from this information. So for those of you who are new to me and have no idea who I am, my name is Sharina Mayani. I am a life and business master coach, and basically what I do is help women to really build their businesses and really create money flow. And today, what I want to talk about with you today in this Facebook Live is really about calling in ideal clients. You know, if you're in business, the number one issue, right, or the number one focus can be getting clients, right? Because if there's no clients, there's no money, and then there's no business, right? So I want to share with you today 5 tips that will help you call in those ideal clients for you and for your business. And if you're in a service-based business or product-based business, these tips will work for you. If you and look, maybe these 5 tips won't work for you, but maybe one will, and maybe that one tip will make the biggest difference in your life. So it doesn't matter if all will work or not, or if they resonate or not. Take the one that really resonates, that gives you that kick, that gives you that intuitive hit. I would really encourage you to do that. So 5 tips. Number 1, be an ideal client yourself. You know, so many times we're looking to attract this perfect person, and we are not that perfect person, or we're not putting energy or focus on improving ourselves. You know, make sure that you are always working on yourself and working on you, your art, your craft. So for example, you're a coach, right? Hey Charlene, welcome to this Facebook Live. So let's say for example, guys, and for those of you joining me, Claire, thank you for writing that. Be an ideal client yourself. Awesome, Claire, exactly. And for those of you joining me, guys, make sure you share this. Make sure you comment in the chat. Let's make this fun. I will be here answering any questions you have as well. So it's gonna be fun. So number 1, Claire, right? We said this, be an ideal client yourself and always be working on you, on your craft. So for example, as I was saying before, if you're a coach, for example, and you want to call in ideal clients, be an ideal coach, be an ideal client too. Work on yourself, work on your coaching skills, work on how you can get better. You know, today, earlier this morning, just before this Facebook Live, we had a team meeting. And in the team meeting, we were talking about things of how we can get better. You know, we were talking about how we can be more focused, you know, really elevate our energy, how we can really, you know, be more healthier so we can show up for our people in a more higher way. And it makes such a difference. Like, and I was like, wow, we're spending an hour, we were literally an hour there talking about this, and it's like an hour you spend becoming better yourself, being an ideal person, ideal client yourself, makes the biggest difference. This is one of the tips to call in those ideal clients. You know, person. Oh, there I am. I thought I got disconnected. Here I am, guys. So, hey everyone, guys. So for those of you joining, Charlene, Claire, Andrine, and everyone, make sure you share this broadcast as well. And if you're liking this, make sure you subscribe to my Facebook page, because what I've noticed is that these only go live for the person who's subscribed, or you get the notification if you're subscribed. So make sure you subscribe. You can, when you enter my page, you'll see the subscribe button. It's beside the like button, and you'll be able to do that. Okay, awesome, Claire. Thank you so much. So number 2, if you're looking to call in ideal clients and you already have people coming to you, accept them. You know, accept the people who are coming to you. You know, I remember in my business early on, I was so resentful and so annoyed and frustrated by the people I was calling in. You know, I was really frustrated. I was very like, I don't want these people. You know, they're not my ideal client. But part of you getting those ideal clients, right? You gotta accept the people you're attracting. Because if you're attracting them, there's a reason. Either the reason could be, right, they're a mirror of you. There's something that the universe wants you to see, right? Or what I've noticed as well for myself is that the universe is skilling you up. So if you get a lot of people, let's say, for example, who are just not, let's give it a good example here, so who have a lot of money blocks, which was my story. You know, the universe is maybe giving you that so you can amp up your money story and you can help people with theirs, right? The universe will always deliver to you. The people that you call in, that you attract, are always going to be a blessing in disguise, always. So if you have that attitude, if you look at it in that way, it can be such a beautiful blessing. And this is really crucial in calling in those ideal clients that you want. You gotta make sure that you are accepting the people that you're already attracting. There's a reason you are calling them in, right? Hey Anushka, welcome. So thank you, Charlene, for sharing. So the third tip, be of service, help. What I've noticed is that when you help, with no attachment of like, I'm gonna sell her, or be part of my program, or I'm gonna get money out of her, whatever thoughts that can go through our mind. When we really just help and share and answer questions, be of service, right? From the energy of being of service, really, which is the beauty of it, miracles happen. You know, we become this magnet for people, and it doesn't matter who ends up being your client or who ends up paying or who ends up doing whatever. You putting that energy out there, being of service, helping, the universe is always watching. I always say this, the universe is always watching us, our actions, our intention. It's feeling it. So that we cannot lie to anybody here, guys. There is something or someone watching us. And my mom used to always tell me this when we used to grow up. She used to always tell me, Shana, look, it doesn't matter what you tell me, if you're lying to me or you're not lying to me. What I know, she used to always say that, she still does. Someone's there watching you. You know, if you're doing something right or wrong, I might not know, or I might not find out. I've done my duty as your mother to guide you, whatever I think is right. But there's someone going to be there watching. So if you want to call in these ideal clients, be of service, and make sure your intention, your service is pure. It's not with selfish energy, with selfish thoughts, or like scarcity thinking. You know, sometimes we're like, okay, I'm gonna help people, but I'm gonna help her because if I help her, I'm gonna, you know, we can think things like, okay, if I help her, I'm gonna sell her. You know, help because you just want to help. Be of service because you want to be of service. Focus on being of service. Focus. Your intention should be to make a difference for that person, so that person sleeps at night and remembers what you mentioned to her. You know, that's always my intention. When I am, thank you, Claire, for summarizing it for me. Be of service. When I'm, you know, my intention when I do webinars, when I do Facebook Lives like this, or anything like this, my intention is always, you know what, may one person, and this I learned from my mentor early on, may one person's life like change forever. May she at night think of what was mentioned, and may her life shift. May she get that cognition, that realization that she needs to move forward in her life. Because if I know that happens, she's going to impact the world and her surrounding. It's going to create a shift in the world. And at the end of the day, if you think about it, if you're in this type of business, service-based business, you're in it because you're going to make a difference of the world. You know, usually we want to make the money but once you make the money, once you're good, you will realize that your real intention is that. You know, your real intention is to make a difference. So focus on making a difference. And the money will come. The clients will come. Maki, nice to have you. Thank you. Jocelyn, welcome. Awesome, guys. Great. So guys, for those of you joining, make sure you're sharing this Facebook Live. I will be taking questions at the end as well. So let's make it fun. Let's make it interactive, because the more you share, the more interactive it gets, the more fun the video gets. And I love it. Like, I love having more people and answering questions. Like, I love it. I wish I could be here whole day. So that's number 3, guys. Be of service. Number 4, define your ideal client. Who is your ideal client? We always say, like, I want ideal clients. And I remember one coach of mine said, like, I was telling her, I was like, hey, you know, I want my ideal clients. I want to call in perfect people, perfect clients. She's like, okay, but who is this perfect ideal client for you? And I was blank. I was like, I didn't know. Like, I couldn't describe the person in a sentence. And I was like, wow, you know, I got to think about this. So she's like, yeah, you know, think about this. Get really, really clear on who your ideal client is. You know, so you can the clarity is the magnet here, right? The more clear you are, the more you can magnetize this type of people in your life and this type of clients in your life. And what I've learned about this tip, right, guys, define your ideal clients, the more clear you are of who you want to call in, of who you want to help, of why you want to help them, you know, it helps you with your marketing. You know, the questions of, oh my God, what should I post gets answered because you know exactly who you want to call in, you know exactly who you want to talk to. So when you're, let's say, creating a title or a subject for your Facebook Live, you know exactly what the subject's going to be because you know who your ideal client is. And you know, define your ideal client, but also do research. Exactly. Find your ideal clients, Claire. Thank you for summarizing. You're so sweet. So Clarity is king. Clarity is king. With the clarity, whenever I'm like, oh, but I'm confused, I always make sure I take a moment and really clarify again. And you clarifying your ideal client, the more you grow and you evolve in your business, like my ideal client has changed, like she's shifted. So you got to make sure that you're always doing the work to shift that too, and you're working on becoming clear and making sure you're doing that, right? It's really important. So tip number 5, guys, is really give value. Clarity is huge. Yes, give value. The person who gives value is a person who everybody wants to work with. And I was reading this book, As Men Thinketh, by James Allen this weekend. I love that book, by the way. Everyone should read it. Your nerds are awesome. I know, right? You're so awesome. Thank you for doing that. And he was talking about, like, there was a chapter about serenity, and he was talking about how, people are naturally drawn to the person who is calm, serene, and really focused on help, on service, on making that difference, on giving value. And I think it's the same in business. If your intention, right, is to provide value, and you're doing that, your business I have like so many words in my mind, sorry guys. Your business model is based on giving value on a continuous basis to your market, to your community, to your people. You will notice that after a while, it's different for many people, after a while, people will be like, wow, that post that Sharina put out there, it really solved this problem for me. That really gave me value. And that person, if they want more help, guess to who they will go to, right? Guess to who they will go to. They will go to the person who helped them, who gave them value. Value is key. Exactly, JJ. Maki, Money Flow Mastery module. Yes, because that's in my mind. I'm always thinking of modules of my Money Flow Mastery program, which many of you guys are here part of already. So, giving value. And also it's about solving a problem. If you want to call in ideal clients, ask yourself, what's your ideal client's problem? What's that problem that keeps them up at night crying, that keeps them stressed out, worried? What's that number one problem? If you can solve that problem, even if it's for free, by giving value, you will notice people will come to you because they like to work with a person, right, who is solving their problems. Like I noticed for myself when I was asking one of my clients, like, why did you work with me? Like, why did you decide to work with me in the first place? Like, I'm just curious, getting research here. And she's like, honestly, I had a big problem, and this was one of our first calls we had. We had a discovery call. And she's like, I shared with you this problem I had, and you were not my coach yet, I had not paid you a dime yet, but you actually gave me a solution to that problem, and that for me was worth so much. That was so much value for me. And when I saw that problem and noticed how things in my life shifted, I realized, like, if I had a different problem, like if you were able to help me with this, you were going to be able to help me with something else. And that's what made her decide to work with me. And that made me realize, like, it's really about that. It's about giving value, but solving people's problems. So summarizing, guys, the 5 tips. I'm going to summarize real quickly the 5 tips, and I want to hear from you. I want to hear your questions, your comments. So I don't know if there's a delay in this video, but I want to hear your comments and questions. So if you have any questions, comments you want to share with me, please make sure you post it in the comments below. I love interaction. I love hearing from you guys. So summarizing the 5 tips. Be an ideal client yourself. Be an ideal coach, whatever service you're doing. Be an ideal everything yourself. Work on yourself, because you cannot change someone else. You cannot change the people who is in front of you. You cannot change that person. But what you can do is change yourself. You can work on yourself. You can shift inside. And that's the best thing you can do. To accept the people who are already coming to you. There's a reason, there's a blessing, there's a skill that maybe you need to develop with the people who's coming through you. For me, I got a lot of people with money stuff, with money blocks. Nobody could work with me because they didn't have the money. It was like, wow, I need to do something. I need to create value. I need to create content. I need to create things that will help people get over that. Really go through the other side with that block and with that problem they're facing. And through my marketing, through all of the services, like the things I do, my webinars, my Facebook, like I make sure I'm always solving that problem. So I'm helping them and I'm learning to do that. Third, be of service, help. When you come from an energy of help, service, with expecting nothing of return, that's the best energy to be in. And guys, people feel that. People feel that, and they're like, wow, you just helped me, and I love that. People really like that. 4, define your ideal clients. Get clear who she is, what's her attitude, what is her main problem that you want to help her with. It's going to help you with marketing. It's going to help you with questions of, like, if you have questions like, oh, but how should I market? How should I reach her? If you define your ideal client well and you do the research well, you will know exactly where to go because you will know where she is, where she's hanging out, and what her biggest block is. Number 5, warm them up. Make sure you're giving them value, right? Giving them value and solving their problem. You're warming them up. And people, it's like dating, guys. Why would someone work with you if they don't know you? You know, they're cold. Like they have no idea who you are. But by warming them up, by giving them value, by solving their problems, if they're your ideal client and they want more, they will come to you. They will end up buying. They will end up being in your programs or whatever because they got value and they will want more. So doing that is really, really crucial, a very important tip and that I want to share with you guys today. So I'm gonna read your comments here, so keep them coming, guys. Any questions you have, give me the cards, give me the likes. I love seeing like these bubbles coming up. It's cool, so cool. So Charlene, things started to change for me when I just fell in love with my community and my heart ached to help them. I have so much compassion for them and the engagement changed before I put myself under pressure to be perfect. I agree, Charlene, and I'm gonna get teary here because it's so true. When you start focusing on your people and you really focus on like having compassion and like really looking at them, okay, what's the biggest problem? What's really holding you back? Like, and when you look at it in that way and you're like, wow, you know, I want to help them, and you just focus on that, it shifts the energy. You're no longer like worried, like, oh my God, the money, like you're focused on what really matters. And guys, do it for the fulfillment for yourself. You know, if you help people with that energy, with that intention, people, one, feel it, and two, it feels so fulfilling, which is really, really cool. Charlene, thank you so much for sharing that. It's so true. Like, I get goosebumps just reading that. So Jocelyn, build a relationship, help solve a problem you're great at solving. Exactly, Jocelyn, exactly. It's like, you know, in the beginning, when I started becoming coach, I was like, oh, but there's so many people like me. Why me? But it's like, you are good at something that nobody else is. You are you. You know, Jocelyn, you are you as an example. You've gone through so much. Like, now that I got to know you and I know you personally, right? Nobody's like you. Nobody's gone through the problems in the exact order, in the exact way that you have, right? So when you, Jocelyn, right, and everyone here, you focus on solving that problem that you have gone through, like, even like with this money thing, like, it's funny, I never thought I would be working around money. That was the number one stuff that I had a big taboo on. I didn't want to talk about money, like, it was my biggest block. But look at this, like, I had to get over my money stuff. I had to work on it. I had to deal with it. But it's such a beautiful blessing because today I get to help so many women from all around the world really shift their money stories. You know, just today, like early this morning, I was reading an email that, again, I'm gonna get teary-eyed, and she's sharing how, you know, before she joined one of my programs, money was her biggest stress. Like, she had no idea how she was going to pay anything. And it was just something that she didn't let her sleep or even do the work that she was doing, that she so much loved doing, you know? And through the work that she's doing now in the program, Money Flow Mastering, all, like, she's like, you know, I sleep in peace, Sharina. Oh God, I'm getting this. She's like, I actually sleep in peace. Like, I actually know. Like, and she was in the email, and I was like, I read it, and I was like, again, in tears, because I was like, she's like, Sharina, I know it's working out. Like, I know, I feel it, I know it. I am good. And that knowingness that she reached was like beautiful. Like, that was a woman who I was speaking to a few months ago, and she like she was so blocked. And I remember hearing her and being like, no, like I hear you're blocked, but I see the vision of you being that woman who is chilling, who's relaxing, who's living her purpose, who's creating an impact, and has the money for what she wants, and being in peace with it. And it's so beautiful, like, just 4 months now, and she's emailing me saying that. And that's what happens, guys, when we focus on what really matters, when we focus on solving the problem, when we focus on creating an impact and servicing and being of help. Like, you get emails like that, and you're like, in that email, today morning, I was like, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, I don't care for anybody else. Like, not that I don't, but like, makes it all worth it. It makes all worth it, right? Because businesses can be challenging, but it makes all worth it. Like, that email was like, wow, today when I saw it. So Maki, what can I do to be more aligned to who I really am and therefore be clear on my ideal client? So what can you do, Maki, to be more aligned to who you really are? Be who you are, be you, be honest. Where in your life, Maki, do you feel that you are not being fully you? How can you shift that? How can you change that? Where are you showing up? Where you're noticing, because you're very sensible, right? You're very sensitive. Like, where are you showing up, noticing that you are not showing up as you could be? You know, how can you amp that up? How can you be of service? Like, if you look at your group, what are they talking about? How can you help them? You know, that's how you start being more aligned to who you really are. Because when you focus on that, and also the other thing, Maki, is working on ourselves. You know, we're always like, oh, I want more money, I want more clients, I got to invest on marketing and strategy, which is good. Marketing strategy is very important. I'm not saying it's not. I teach strategy, I coach on strategy, I mentor on strategy. But what's even more important, like for the strategy to actually work, is you. So working on yourself, doing your journaling, doing your clearing work, like all that is so important, because the more we clear the junk that is holding us back from being us, from being true, from being honest, from being of service, you know, we can show up and make a big difference in the world. And think of this, guys, like all of you guys here, you know, there's no coincidence that you're even here. Like imagine if even each and every one of us, like over here, live our passion, live our vision, and show up in this energy. Like imagine the impact that we're gonna create. It's so beautiful. And therefore be clear. So that's my answer to your cue, Maki. Let me know if I responded that. You're making me teary-eyed now. Oh my God, Charlene, like it's so true. I'm gonna cry again. I'm trying, I'm like, because I know I'm on camera, I'm like trying not to cry, but like it's there. I'm sure I'm gonna be like tearing after this call. Oh, I love you too, Letitia. Yay, awesome, that's priceless. That makes so much sense, thank you, exactly. So true. Nicole, hi Nicole. So yeah, guys, any other questions around this? I think what's more important, which is what's showing up here in this conversation today, is really about you being you, as honest as you can be, as transparent as you can be, as amazing as you already are. Because guess what? Like when we start realizing how amazing we are, because each and every one of us are amazing the way we are, and guess what? There are gonna be some people who are gonna hate us and not like us, and that's fine. But there are gonna be some people who are gonna love us, who are gonna have a great impact by just being near us. So it's really important. I think that's like the main message that we're talking about today. For those of you who are joining me, I'm gonna summarize real quickly again the 5 tips. Again, any questions around this, I'm here for you. Make sure you, if the video is off, make sure you're watching the replay. Make sure you post it in the comments below, and I will be responding those comments. And if you are liking this Facebook Live, I am doing lots of Facebook Lives during the week. So make sure you subscribe to my Facebook page, okay? So 5 tips, guys. Be an ideal client yourself. Accept the people who are coming to you. They're giving you exactly what you need to call in those ideal clients. So accept that. 3, focus on being of service. 4, define who your ideal client is. In that definition, you will know how to market, what to do, what content to create. All those answers get responded by that. 5, give value, right? Warm people up. Show them what you got to offer. And don't try to be perfect when you're warming people up or creating value. Like, be you. I have noticed that the more me I am, when people get in the door with me or in my program or join Money Flow Master or any program of mine, you know, they know what they joined. They know. It's no surprise. Like, the way I'm showing up here for you guys in this Facebook Live is the same way. You can ask many of the girls who are here in my program, like, this is the way I am in the webinars. Like, it's me. And when you're you, you're honest, you're true, you're transparent, and people know that. And there's no shock, right? After, like, oh my God, that's not her. Hey, Elliot, so what other things can you do for clearing the junk? Jocelyn, so much, so much. Mostly, like, it's tapping. Like, not tapping, but, like, there's many techniques, really, to clear stuff. The main thing is you working on it very consistently. You know, Jocelyn, because this junk is like an onion, like there are layers and layers of it. The good thing, Jocelyn, is that you are in Money Flow Mastery. We are continuously clearing, teaching you guys how to clear, and, you know, helping you guys get where you guys want to get. So that's a good part of that. But mainly, for those of you around asking for clearing, actually this Wednesday, 12th of October, I'm doing a master clearing webinar where I'm going to be, you know, sharing with you tips around business, the keys around creating money flow in your business and life, how to really create a big impact, how to be true, how to be honest, how to be connected. And we're going to be doing live clearing on that webinar. And like, I'm going to be testing the energy before we get on the webinar to see what's holding the people who are going to be joining us back, and so we can really clear it. So it's going to be really powerful. I invite all of you guys to join me on Wednesday. You guys can go to the link of www.sharinamayani.com/go/clearing. I'll ask Andrina to post that link in the comments below, and I encourage you to join. And there's actually a surprise around that, which I will tell you guys in a minute. So let me just answer this other question. Charlene, when was the moment when you left financial fear behind you? Was there a point? What was it that shifted you? I feel like I'm dipping in and out of fear to love, back to fear again, love. God, this is such a good question, Charlene. I love it. Let me think. When was the time I actually left financial fear behind me? You know, maybe in all transparency, guys, like, it's been up and down. Like, it goes, it comes, the fear is gone, and suddenly it's like a shock and I'm in fear again. And I think that every time I'm up leveling, the fear comes in again. I'm not gonna lie. Every time I up level, the fear comes in again. What I have noticed though, by doing the clearing consistently, having community around me, you know, doing the work around the reading, you know, reading positive mindset stuff, you know, having faith with my money, being present with my money, things like that, has really helped me to stay more in the love, more in the faith, and in the fear. And that's the idea. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not in the place where it's like full love all the time with money or with the finances. I spend way more time, like I could say 98% in financial faith, financial present, like financial love, than in fear. And there are times where I'll dip and I'll be like, oh God. But now with the tools, you know, that I teach, Money Flow Mastery and all of this, like, I mean, I've really learned and trained myself to get back on the wagon and be in the high vibe mode with money flow. So I don't think you ever, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure there's people who are over it. Maybe I'm not one of them, but I would say like 98% I am mostly spending time in the love, in the faith, and in the fear. But that comes, I think, with practice, with consistency, with all of that. And that's the work. You know, that's the work we do. That's what I teach. That's what we learn here, creating that money flow in your life, because it's something that you create in your life, but you got to sustain too. Because there was a time as well this year actually that I made money and I was like, oh cool, I'm done. But then I noticed that I was focusing on not losing money, and guess what happened? Like, crazy stuff happened, because I had to learn the lesson, like, you know, these people aren't my source, the universe is my source, you know, and we got to keep on going. And I think it's also focusing on you, your energy, because the more you focus on you, and also every time you up level with your finances, with your income, all of it, the fears come in. So you got to keep on clearing that. Like, every time you up level, like there's something that you got to like bust through, or a wall you got to bust through. And it's happened to me every time I up level my business. I've been now doing this for 3 years almost, and there's always something I had to like break. So great question, Charlie. I never asked myself that. That's such a good question. So guys, that's the link. I hear that. Tiffany, hey, thank you for your transparency. Of course, Charlene, you're welcome. I think it's important because it's like, I wish to be in 100% in that space. But I'm not. But with the cool thing again is that I have this habit now that whenever I notice myself feeling the fear, I go back in my wagon. I jump back to the love place. And I think also it's a good habit to have, because the world honestly right now is going crazy with finances and money and all. Like, there's so much fear, anxiety and stress and worry, and it's like, it's so easy honestly to catch that disease, you could say, or catch that thought, or catch that thing, you know, like there's not enough job, there's not enough clients, and it's so easy to catch it because it's there in the ether, it's there in the world, and there's so many people who are believing that, so it's really easy to catch it. So I think there's more work to do, like to not catch it, to stay in this side, but it's possible, and it's what I do, and I've seen women shift, again, as I was sharing earlier today, the woman who wrote that email to me, like, I've seen people shift, and again, many women make money quickly, some people take their time or whatever it is, but what's beautiful is their attitude towards it and their energy towards it, which is gorgeous. Whatever you practice, you get good at. Whether you practice being fearful, shifting back to love, exactly, Charlene, that's exactly it. So it's practicing and creating that habit, that foundation. And I feel like in any business, if you're starting or in your first few years or wherever you are in your business, it's so important to create this foundation, because if you're building a business with fear and with stress, with lots of blocks, it can be crazy, right? So hey, Clau. So yes, guys, any other question? Tiffany, who else is here? Maki, Nicole. Any other questions, guys, that you have for me? Anything you want to share? So before we end this Facebook Live, let's actually do a declaration together, because I believe in declarations, I believe in affirmations, I believe in setting intentions together, and we're here together and all of you guys are like talking to me, which I love, and interactive, and setting hearts, which I'm loving, guys. So let's set an intention together. I want you to write in the comment below, I am in money flow. I am in money flow. I want you to say it out loud. If you're in your office and you can't say it out loud, no problem. Say it like slowly or low, in a low voice, but comment it in the comments. I want you to say, I am in money flow. I am money flow, by declaring that, guys. Thank you, Jocelyn, for the hearts. I love it. I love the hearts. I can feel them here. By declaring that, guys, together, if you're seeing Andrea saying I'm in money flow, let's send the energy to everyone here joining us in this Facebook Live that person's in flow. Because like Andrea, you are so in flow, right? You're so in money flow. Charlene, you are in money flow. Who else? I am in money flow. Of course you are, Tiffany. Of course you are, and so it is. Carla, I am in money flow. Yes, you are. And the more we declare it, we say it, we repeat it, guess what happens? Eventually we're like, oh, I am in money flow. Lately things are going great. And it happens like suddenly, because you realize suddenly like, oh, I am in money flow. So comments, guys. Comment in the comments below. I am in money flow. I am money flow. And for those of you who are committed to be in money flow and stick to this side of the flow instead of the fear, I highly encourage you and invite you and really, really recommend you to join my Master Clearing webinar. This Wednesday, we're going to be talking about how to clear that fear, how to be in ease while growing your business, while creating impact, while leveraging all real cool stuff. We'll be talking a little bit of strategy, mindset, and we'll be doing live clearing. And also, guys, in the webinar, I'm actually going to be gifting to the people who are there live with me in that webinar. I'm going to be gifting a private clearing session with me, which is like a $600-700 value. So this is a really cool gift. So make sure you join, because there's going to be that gift that I'll be giving away. Make sure you invite your friends. Make sure you're there live, because there will not be a recording of it. So it's going to be really cool, really fun, and there's also going to be a really cool announcement in that webinar that you will not want to miss, with really, really amazing, crazy bonuses. So make sure you join me Wednesday, SharinaMiami.com/go/clearing. I am in money flow. Yes, you are. Jocelyn, Clau, of course. Guys, and let's end this Facebook Live by really just sharing with you that you are. If you're here with me in this Facebook Live, there's no coincidence. You could be doing something else. You could be not here. There's a reason you're here. So if you're here, I want you to know that you are in money flow, and it is possible for you. You living that dream, that desire, that peace, having that financial faith, building that business, right? Growing it, leveraging it, really doing what you want to do and really focusing on creating impact is so possible. It's so possible. You're here because of that. You wouldn't be here, I think, if you weren't. I totally believe that there's no such thing as coincidence, right? We called each other in, guys. Like you guys here, we called each other in. So I just want to end this Facebook Live with that knowingness and that message that you are in the flow. And it's so possible for you, and so it is for you, okay? So make sure, guys, you join me in the clearing webinar this Wednesday. It's going to be really cool. And again, you get a chance to win a free clearing session with me, so make sure you check that out, okay? So I will be seeing you guys soon. I'll be doing another Facebook Live tomorrow from my fan page, Sharina Miami. So make sure you subscribe. I'll be doing it tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you subscribe so you can get the notification, or check out the page at that time. So you can check it out. So have a gorgeous, gorgeous day, guys. You are in money flow. Be in money flow. Because you are, just know it, because it starts with you, the knowingness inside of you. So know it, it's done, and it is so, okay? Giving you big hugs, big kisses, and I will be seeing you guys tomorrow and in the clearing webinar. Bye!